Here we go. Where, Kibbelz?
It's so long.
I'm scared. I want to stay home.
I don't want to use this one. Oh, that's even longer. No, thank you.
So Kibbelz is making his selection for his epic music.
Exactly.
We're going to get this started here in just a second.
I opened with it. I figure I might as well close with it, seeing as we're getting into Game 3 here, guys. Overlord flying over this skyscraper. Why? Why, you ask? Because we're on Metalopolis. It's the finals, guys, here at Playhem TV. In the 12 o'clock position, we have the red Zerg from Team TSL, based out of South Korea. Revival.
He ironically spawned in the north, I would like to point out.
South of Revival and slightly east is going to be his opponent today from Team StarTale. He's the captain of StarTale. He is all the colors of the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow. Dude, is that not the creepiest thing ever? The skills commercials?
Your voice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Taste the rainbow. And you're like, what? Get out of my head. All right, Barracks on the way with a refinery as well. So pretty standard opening here from Rainbow. It's going to allow him a whole variety of builds. Metalopolis, pretty good map for Zergs, but at the same time, an extremely good Hellion map. Why, you may ask? Well, we've got a bare, naked, wide open, horribly exposed teenage natural here at Kibbelz.
Who's going to take it, guys? Is it going to be Revival? Is it going to be Rainbow? They both start with an R, but who's going to take the W? Here we go.
Hatch first into spawning pool. And again, you know, the Hellion play is going to be very good here. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see StarTale Rainbow go into a reactored Hellion play. And we see here he's just starting to mine a bit of that gas, getting a second supply depot down. And he's actually not going for a wall off at all right now. And that, more than anything, tells us he's going for that Hellion play. Because unless you know you're going to have map control, you need that wall off. Since he knows he's going to have map control, not a big deal, not a problem. He's even going to push out here once again, try to do some harassment there with some Marine bunker play. The SCV's in the main right now, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Will he try some of that high ground shenaniganry again, Kibbelz? Looks like it.
Looks like he will, but the Zerglings are on to that. This time building his spawning pool just ever so slightly earlier. He's going to target down the bunker, hoping to avoid the cancel. But gets it. Two Zerglings going on the low ground to chase the Marine. This has been successfully repelled.
And not only that, but look at this. We got the Roach Horn already on the way, man. He started this not at 28. He started this at like 22. And we need to see some Overlords on the way. He's only got one right now. He doesn't have much gas, actually. So that's a little bit mistimed by TSL Revival. But he's going to go straight into some Roach play. And versus Hellion Marine, this could be pretty good. Meanwhile, the Zerglings are engaging. They're taking out a lot of these early game Marines, and every single Marine he kills now is a Marine that will not be there to defend when the Roaches hit. And honestly, like, he needs Marines because he's going to need to set up a bunker here. Meanwhile, he's going for the same play that he's gone for on Tal'Darim, where he's going for the Hellion drop style of play. And the Roaches are going to be here in time, which means that it's not really going to work out. Roach is very good against this style of play, again, because it's Hellions and Marines.
Well, we saw also on Tal'Darim, Revival went for 3 defensive Roaches, which could very well be what he's doing this game. He did make that extremely early Roach Horn, as you said, but didn't make a lot of Overlords, wasn't mining a lot of gas, wasn't building up for the Roach Horn, which honestly, as you said, the 22 Roach Horn is not a Roach Horn that you drop in order to make a ton of Roaches, because you're not going to have enough money to make a ton of Roaches.
Yeah, more importantly, the gas. And it was just started so late because he went for a gasless spawning pool. He didn't go for like a hatchery into spawning pool into gas. And it was extremely delayed there. So here the Hellions and the Marines are coming forward, but there's a couple of Roaches out, more of them on the way. Queen's here to help engage, and it looks like at least at first here, StarTale Rainbow's going to be in a pretty good position. He's going to clean up the last of those Roaches. Now the Queen's here under siege. The Hellions, though, do get taken out, and now the Marines will fall. He should be able to run that Queen away. Ooh, that was a little bit too close for comfort for a TSL Revival
runs it back just for manners.
Oh boy, so more and more drones here on the way, and again, Revival not getting too aggressive here with these roaches, more just ready to defend. The Starport, though, now going for a tech lab, so he's going to go for that Banshee play, exactly like Tall Dream Alter, a very similar build. Didn't end up going for a medevac at all, not the Slayer's build, and this time around, he's going for the Banshee right away. In the first game on Tall Dream, he tried to save up 2 Banshees and then go. By then, there was a bunch of Spore Crawlers out for our player Revival. There are 2 Queens only on the map right now. Oh no, there are 3. Okay, so the third one there that has like 20 HP, and that one's probably going to get focused down here. But the Banshee, oh, it's got to be careful. Up comes the Queen, only 14 HP left on the Banshee. She needs to go home and repair up and then attack with the second Banshee. He needs to pull 3 SCVs right now so that he can attack with 2 Banshees immediately when this one pops out. Come on, pull sufficient SCVs. There it is. He's going to repair extremely quickly on this Banshee and then go with 2 Banshees versus the only 2 Queens that are out. And one of them there, that teased Queen, was pretty low on HP, but it looks like she ate a transfuse and is now up to 156.
Those 2 Queens, in addition to this third Queen, are going to be able to deal with the quantity 2 when it comes to Banshees. Coming in right now, as long as they engage together, which 2 of these Queens at least will, and that'll be enough with proper target firing with the addition of this third Banshee. As long as it arrives, there we go, it's good. So, he'll be able to push this back effectively without losing 2 Queens.
Yeah, good control there by TSL Revival, and conversely, not so good control by Rainbow. You should never be losing Banshees to Queens. And even if it's like to get 1 extra kill or whatever, Banshees are always worth more than Queens. They're worth 150 minerals and 100 gas. Queens, only 150 minerals, so you definitely want to keep them alive. Plus, you can repair them, man. The SCVs, they've got the schematics, easy peasy. They've got all the spare parts.
Match of you is coming in with 3 Banshees right now.
I know, it'd be so much scarier, right?
Instead, this Spore Crawler getting a lot of shots off there on that Banshee. 1 goes down, and the second one is does not have enough health in order to deal with this Queen. So just trying to get off a few extra drone kills before running away is this last Banshee, and he's not even going to control it properly, and it's going to die.
All right, well, one thing we haven't been covering, though, Kibbelz, is this Hellion Marauder push that is also coming. Startail Rainbow here going for some non-stop pressure. First the Marines and Hellions, then the Banshees, now the Hellion Marauder push. And there's not that much for Revival right now to hold this. He's got 2 Roaches, 2 Zerglings out right now. His Fire is still way too far away with 30 seconds to go, rather. And this is going to be a scary push. We need a lot of units on the way. 11 Roaches are coming. Will they spawn in time? It looks like just barely.
Well, with the addition of these Marauders, yeah, he definitely needs to group up all of his Roaches together and hit with Roaches and both of these Queens in order to effectively make sure that this is cleaned up without any problems whatsoever. Hellions, honestly, in mass, not too bad against the Roaches. I don't know if you've had to deal with mass Hellion, but right now, a lot of SCVs being pulled off the line, but I fear, in all honesty, for Rainbow here, the Spire is done. If he chooses to make some needles, but he's pop-capped, and he can't.
And he's not even making any Overlords just yet. He's trying to take a 4th base, but this is a lot of Roaches, man. And what he should be doing here is focus firing down those Marauders. Just charge forward with the Roaches, focus down the Marauders. It is over. The Marauders stim, but that's not going to be enough, man. The Roaches are coming out of the walls like they do in New York City, and this is lights out.
Revival chasing down the last of those Marauders. They can't run. They can't hide from Roaches on creep. Now they even, oh my god, one of them does go down before getting into them. Matter of fact, the other 3 do make it, and now Rainbow in a really, really tough spot as 6 Mutalisks are on the way. And how's his armory coming, Katu?
Well, his armory, taking a look around, is non-existent. There's no armory.
There's no anti-air whatsoever except for
we're not
going to
see any Thor. So, yeah, 4 turrets are going down, but it's 4 bases, man. TSL Revival up to 59 drones versus 35 SCVs. Like, I'm not even thinking about Thors. I'm not thinking about turrets. All I'm thinking about is the 123 supply versus 81. It's the 4 bases versus 2. It's the complete lack of any kind of siege tank.
The one thing that's really going to kill Rainbow here is he actually can't move out if Revival continues to make mutas. If Revival keeps making mutas, Rainbow will not have enough anti-air to move out for a while. And what that means is Revival right now is sitting on 61 workers. That means Rainbow can't move out until Revival has had like 90 workers for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, but hold that thought right now, Kibbelz, because we got these Roaches and Mutas trying to push at the front, but that's a lot of Marauders here, and they do have Stim, they do have medevac support. And whew, I was really, really scared for Revival there for a second, because if he pushed into those Marauders, man, his army was going to evaporate off the planet here, off Metalopolis. And meanwhile, he needs to get this infestation pit going, needs to get that pathogen glands and some fungal growths. Fungal growth's going to be really, really good against those Marauders. They won't be able to kite the roaches any longer. And of course, 40 damage done right there through that 4-second fungal growth. These roaches, man, Revival, he doesn't want to keep them alive. He wants to kill them off or something. He keeps trying to go push at this third base location, it seems. But he's got a Zergling there. He knows it hasn't been taken yet. Why is he in this very risky, scary location? Pushing
right now is definitely not what Revival wants to do. Even aside from the unit compositions and everything, he's up 77 workers to 39. The longer he waits, the further ahead he gets. Pushing is the last thing he wants to do right now. Unless you saw some, strategic advantage of getting into your opponent's head where you, beat your chest, and you make a light push and pull back and be like, oh, I'm ready to attack you. I'm not actually making 100 workers behind this. But,
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I mean, if Rainbow was expanding like crazy, which is oftentimes a reaction, right? When you're behind, you're like, well, the only way I'm going to get back into this game is if I make 5 command centers. Or that's obviously a huge exaggeration, but he's got Zerglings in position. They're burrowed all over the place. He's going to know the second his opponent tries to take a base, and until his opponent does that, he should not engage, and he knows it, so he's finally fallen back here. There are medevacs on the field, but look at where the Mutalisks are. Look at the Overlord spread. If those, between the Zerglings, the Creep, and the Overlord, look at the vision right now of Revival. It is absolutely sick.
Counter... whatever. On the other hand, look at the vision of just click on Rainbow real quick for me and hit that V key.
I don't see anything.
He has no idea about
see his own units.
Yeah. He has no idea about anything right now. 200 food to 150, guys. Expect Revival to move out momentarily.
Yeah, he's got those 8 infestors out now, and they're going to be able to get some huge fungal growths. Now, the first siege tank is out. The second one is actually, it's a Thor coming out next, so we're going to have Thors. Thor's not so good. Here we have the army of TSL Revival ready to go, and huge fungal goes down. Catches the only siege tank. Oh my god, a lot of roaches actually stuck there behind the infestors. Oh my god, the fungals, Kibbelz. That is absolutely off the wall, and now the Bailey's getting in there doing some damage. More fungals to come from the infestors in the rear, and it is over. TSL Revival here going to lose almost his entire army. He will overall hold this, but these infestors do have burrow, so he wants to burrow these infestors, fall back. Zerglings are rallying forward, and we see it's 152 supply right now to the 68, and that's going to be it, man. Infestator's charging forward. He didn't even have to pull back. He's just going to take out these SCVs, and Rainbow, coming oh so close to winning the Playhem daily, is going to have to fall to TSL Revival here. And I think we can crown our champion.
Yeah, Revival, guys, going to be the victor here. GG out of Rainbow.
G-G-G-G.
Rainbow going to take second.